See, that was so stupid. I knew I should not have bought no darn photo booth because now it's sitting here collecting dust. I should have went with my instinct, but here we are in anything that I do, right? So even if it's a job, like every job, even if I hated the job, I always gave notice. I always was respectful because, again, you never know when you might have to double back. You know, find you a group of other creatives that are like-minded, that are not in competition, right? I think it's important to have discernment, right? Like, what do you do as a creative to refuel your creativity?
Truth in the air, let it speak.
What's up, Tay?
What's up, Neat?
A whole lot.
Yeah, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling really good. I'm better that I'm here with y'all. I better say y'all and not you.
Yeah, you gotta say y'all. We don't need no more darts thrown at us today.
Ooh, Chad.
So listen, welcome back to Creative Roots Podcast, where seeds sown become visions grown. I'm Tay, because I was told that I have to start telling y'all who I am again. And I'm going to leave that alone. Today is a very, very special episode to me and Shamar as well. Because if you can see, I'm sitting crisscross applesauce, as they call it.
I love it.
For now. We're going to see how long this pose lasts. But listen, today we have Kenitra from Pose It Up Charlotte. Neat.
Hey,
Y'all can't call her Neat. Don't call her Neat without permission now. You hear me?
Don't call me Neat without permission, okay? Only the people that know me can call me Neat.
That's it. Shamar said, I don't know her. So let me go ahead and say, this is probably going to be one of them episodes where Shamar all in the background, try to be all in the videos, all on the soundtrack.
Little ad-libs here and there.
All over the place. So Neat.
Yes.
Girl, it's been a long time coming.
It has. We've been talking about this for a long time, since early summer.
Yes.
So, and life was lifing, and
it was life.
The podcast was busy.
And
I was
Pose
busy.
It Up was busy.
Yes.
And you took time out of your day to come sit with little old me.
I did.
And I appreciate that.
Thanks for having me, though.
Yes. So let's do this.
Yeah.
Introduce yourself to the people so that they know what Pose It Up Charlotte is.
Yes, absolutely. So, hey, y'all. My name is Kenitra from Pose It Up Charlotte. I am your dope memory creators. So, basically, what my company does is we are a photo, video, and guest curating company. So, basically, what that means is that we provide experiences, whether it's a photo booth, 360 video booth, sketch bots, headshots, but everything that we do and everything that we create in your space, you get it right then and there. So that's basically what I do. In a nutshell, that's what Pose It Up Charlotte does. We create all of these interactive experiences for your guests, and just create a space where they can take home dope memories. So that's our tagline, Dope Memory Creators, and that's who we are in a nutshell. But we're so much more. Like, you have to experience the Pose It Up Charlotte experience to really understand it, right? Because a lot of it is me, the team, how we make people feel in front of our photo booths and through our experiences. So it's a whole vibe.
We bring extra life to the party.
Yes,
we give you your deliverables
right then and there.
ASAP.
Yeah.
ASAP.
So people can take it. So it's great marketing for if you are doing something for a corporate event or a branding event, sweet 16s, birthday parties, corporate events, weddings. Yes. So
so y'all know who to call for the weddings. Shamar said we're not doing no weddings, and I agree.
Weddings are definitely a different beast.
Yes.
For sure. Yeah.
Yes. I mean, I was in one and I've been to one. So just those two experiences. I'm good.
Yeah.
So listen, Pose It Up Charlotte.
Yes.
You are everywhere. You're not just in Charlotte, right?
No, we do things outside of Charlotte as well. So we are worldwide depending on how much money you have. Okay. We can be any and everywhere. Okay.
That's right. If you
We can
got the
bring the
funds, we
experience
make the
wherever you want
run.
us to be. Okay. So yeah,
Yes.
so traveling is no problem for Pose It Up Charlotte for sure.
And listen, y'all, she's like us. We go international. But them funds got to be
We've
there.
been international. Can we say we've been
We-
internationals? Okay. So
We have been
absolutely.
international. So listen, my first question,
Sure.
what got you started in your creative journey?
Yes. So that's a great question because, you know, initially I want to kind of talk about like Pose It Up Charlotte, but I can say going further back than that, and that is just as a teenager.
Okay.
I went to cosmetology school.
Mm-hmm.
And so in cosmetology, hair, fashion, that was like my vibe for a very, very, very long time. I went to West Charlotte High School, Dub C.
C.
You know, look, so you know. So I went to West Charlotte, took up cosmetology from there, graduated, and then went on to Dudley's cosmetology. But through cosmetology, like that creative part of me is really where I was just like the creative in the hair, right? With styles. And back then, you're thinking in the 90s, how creative, you know, hairstyles were in the 90s. You had buns, you had finger waves, you had the buns with the finger waves, you had the pin curl ponytails. I mean, you had it all. All those hair magazines that you had at the grocery store, the Word Up magazines that you would be hanging, you know what I'm saying? So like that, the 90s in general was just like a super creative era, period.
Trend setting.
Yeah, it
on
was.
so many levels.
It was on so many levels, right?
Yes.
So I think my love there is kind of how I got started in the creative space. And then it was just something that, you know, I always had in me, but then, you know, your path takes you into a corporate America space, right?
Yes.
So, which for me was kind of customer service and human resources. And, you know, depending on some of the companies that I was able to be with, especially startup companies, I was able to get into some of creative spaces, right? And so as I transcend into Pose It Up Charlotte, that was just kind of like a oops, like not something that I planned, right? And so, you know, I've had a couple stories that I've told about how Pose It Up Charlotte came. And really that was from my 9-year-old at the time. She's about to be 14 daughter. So I rented a photo booth for my 40th birthday party, complete hit. And Christian was at the photo booth and she was like, yeah, so mom, you should get a photo booth so I can do kids' parties. And I was like, girl, ain't nobody getting a photo booth. Like, just stop. Enjoy what you see today.
Right. Because after today, that's it.
Right. And then, like, honestly, from there, you know, I found myself, we did have so much fun with it. I found myself looking for another photo booth for my wife's 40th birthday party. And then it was like, why don't you just buy one? And I was like, that is really wild that y'all would just be telling me to buy a photo booth. And then I bought it. And then COVID. And I was like, see, that was so stupid. I knew I should not have bought no darn photo booth. Because now it's sitting here collecting dust. I should have went with my instinct. But here we are, right? And then, you know, post-COVID, rolled out this business plan, promoted, started doing events. And I mean, honestly, the rest is history. And, you know, from there, it was more than just photo boothing, right? Like the photo booth community is just a very small part of the type of experiences you can create, right?
Correct.
So we just expanded. I went to a photo booth conference. And you see robots, AI, like you just see all these different type of things that you can do within your business. And that really was like the aha moment for me where I wanted to do more with Pose It Up Charlotte. So we started off with, you know, one little photo booth. We had a 360 at the time, and now we've expanded. We have a huge fleet of 7 photo booths, 3 360s, and with those are just things, right? But the creative parts of what we can do with those things really creates the experiences, because we can, you see a shell, but what we can create out of that from a customer or client experience is so much more. So
she just gave y'all all kinds of marketing. She done straight promoted herself. I was like, Nene, just a little bit. We're going to get into it.
Just a little piece. Listen, I can't just give you a little bit. I got to give it all.
You got to give it all.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that you did, because some people, they don't understand. If you don't say it, nobody will know.
Yeah.
So I'm not arguing with you on that, right? So your 9-year-old daughter at the time, 9-year-old, now 14.
Mm-hmm.
Is she loving everything that you're doing?
She does. Let's see, does she love what I do? Yes. Now, does she like being a part of everything that I do? No, she kind of has her own life. She has not done a lot of kids parties. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's been me.
Okay.
So I don't know if her get me a photo booth so I can do kids party really came to fruition. She also has a busy life, but
maybe not yet.
Not yet.
Maybe not yet.
Not yet. But she has done parties and events with me. She understands the photo booth business.
Mm-hmm.
She knows how to put together a photo booth. She knows how to give a photo booth experience. So, yeah.
So let's talk about these experiences.
Yeah.
So when you go to these events, the vast type of events that you've been to, because I've been there with you, like the Molly Grantham.
Yeah.
How are events when they're on that scale compared to the quote unquote smaller events like birthday parties?
Yeah. Events on that scale, they require a lot. A lot of thought and creativity goes into an event like that, right? Because, people really just kind of see the output. They don't see all the behind the scenes that go on before you even get there, right? So usually with a birthday party, something like that is going to be, a much simpler creative thing to do. But when you are doing, a headshot event with 4 booths for over 400 women, so the logistics are different. The way we set up is different. Molly being the client, her expectations are different. How are we going to get all these women through and also create this wonderful experience where we're not cattling them, through just this, headshot experience per se, right?
Yes.
So a lot of love, a lot of patience, and, having a team of people that just also loves and is embedded in what it is that you're doing helps, right? So, and I think that my team does that for me. So it makes it easier. But, I think that's the difference, is really just kind of the complexity of making sure that the outcome is what the client wants it to be on that scale. So
a lot more on the back end.
Yes.
And making sure you have the proper people to not make it seem like a check-in line.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. Because I was there.
You were there.
I was like, this is a lot going on.
It was.
And to even be able to speak to Molly, she just came to the back. She gave you and Mo a hug, and then she just looked at me. She shook my hand. I mean, I ain't expect a hug. Did she give me a hug? I don't know, but we're not going to dwell on that. She might have. She might have. But because I'm thinking. And then it's just to be able to get the phone call for an event like that.
Yes.
Just like us traveling internationally, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't expect it. Other times you do expect it. Do you have any expectancy levels when it comes to certain levels of Pose It Up?
It's from a client perspective.
Yes.
Well, I would like to think Pose It Up is, we are we give luxury experiences, we give upgraded experiences, but we have something for everybody. right?
Right.
So we can go from, we've done 1-year-old birthday parties.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So we've done 1-year-old birthday parties. So the levels really doesn't make a difference, more so of the experience that the client is wanting, right? So I don't have any necessarily expectations per se of my ideal client. But I love when my ideal client gives me free range. Right. That's the
Yes.
clients that I'm just like, yes, if they say we trust you, we want you to do your thing. We want you to come in. This is the vibe. Come in and just do it. Like, that's my ideal client. I know everybody can't be like that. I know sometimes people have to like ring me in, because sometimes I'll even talk to event planners and I'll be like, oh my God, I have all these ideas. And they're like, well, wait a minute. They kind of just want, this. And that's fine too.
Yeah.
Right. So,
Yeah.
but I like to be challenged in my business. So that event that you saw was a challenge, right? So we like, these out of sight, out of mind. So if a client comes with like green screens and all of these crazy thoughts, and it's like, oh, how can we make that happen?
Right.
That's my vibe for sure.
So no real expectations, but like most creatives, we like to have that free reign sometimes.
Yeah.
We like to be able to think outside that box.
Yes,
Do
absolutely.
you get a lot of opportunities to do that? To just think outside the box, or is a lot of? I guess I'm like, because the way I'm thinking is like maybe the corporate events and things like that are more cookie cutter structured. But you go to a birthday party or certain conferences, it's like, yeah, we trust you. Just do you, boo boo.
Yep.
Do you?
Yep.
Because we already know what to expect.
Yep.
Okay. So let's dial back. I think you might have touched on it, but with everything that you've done, how has your support system been?
Yeah, that's a great question. Support system, like with family or friends or client-wise in general?
In general.
I think for me, a lot of people say, there's that quote out there on social media where you see strangers will support you more than your friends and family or something like that. I have been blessed to have it family, friends, strangers. I have had all the best of all the worlds. I've had the works. Like I've had friends that even if they don't have a need, or family, even if they don't have the need, they at least refer me out. I've had so many, strangers that have became clients, that have became family. Yeah. So like my support from rolling out my business has been tremendous. Even my last employer is actually my biggest client.
Well, and that was corporate America.
Yes.
Yeah, everything else we're going to leave disclosed. But to work somewhere, them see your talent, see your creative gift, and say, hey, we know you don't work here anymore, but can you come and do this for us real quick?
Yes. That has been like the most amazing thing, right?
Yes.
Like it's already scary enough to leave a situation that you don't hate. I didn't hate my job. A lot of people get out of their job, they hate it, and then, come into the entrepreneur world. That wasn't my experience. My experience was I actually liked my job. And then, having to make a choice between my passion, my business, and what I've known for 25 years in the corporate space, and then telling them that, hey, I am going to be exiting to go full-time in my my full-time company, right? And then 2 months later, them booking me, and then ongoing, here we are, I'm probably like a year and 4 months into full-time entrepreneurship.
Okay.
And woo! Okay, the claps, yes, but let me tell you, baby, there was some nights I was crying, okay? There was definitely some nights I was crying. There was some days that were not perfect. There was some times I was seeing my therapist. I was on the couch. My wife was coddling me, so entrepreneurship is not, just rainbows, right? But I can say like that was like amazing. Like 2 months later, like, and I actually have an event with them next week. You know what I mean? They continuously book me out, and they're proud of what I've done and what I've built. Because even internally, people know that you're going into your own business, and they be like, "Yeah, we'll call you if we need anything." Oh, that's a cool business. We'll call you. You don't hear from someone. You don't hear half of the people that say they gonna call you or reach out. You don't hear from them. You know what I'm saying?
They not.
And that's fine. But they did. And man, it was just such a blessing for them to then end up being one of my biggest clients to this day.
And
It's
everybody
crazy.
can't say that.
And everybody can't say that.
That says that they saw you as a person.
Yeah.
Not just as another butt in a seat, keying or coding or pushing numbers, meeting productivity, production goals. They saw Kenitra.
Yeah.
Not employee number 6755432.
Yes. All of that. Yes. And I really made a very intentional choice to like not burn bridges.
Hey, real quick, just wanted to say thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Creative Roots Podcast. If you are a creative and you're interested in being a guest on this podcast, feel free to send a DM on Instagram or TikTok, and you can find us at creativeroots.podcast on both, Creative Roots Podcast on Facebook, and we look forward to talking to you soon. Back to the episode.
And I really made a very intentional choice to like not burn bridges,
Right.
like in anything that I do, right? So even it's a job, like every job, even if I hated the job, I always gave notice. I always was respectful. Because again, you never know when you might have to double back. And me going out, full time, I was like, I might need to come back here. I don't know. You know what I mean? But
Right. We're gonna see how this go.
Yeah,
and
we're gonna see
hopefully
how it go,
I'll
right?
have to go call them back.
Yes, absolutely. And because I didn't hate it, you know what I mean? Who knows?
Yeah, I don't have that experience. I don't at all.
Yeah.
My corporate America job, I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up telling them, I said, I used to come to work and love being here. Now I come to work and I don't know if I'm in jail or if I'm in daycare.
Oh man, I hate that.
I said, because some days y'all are extra strict.
Yeah.
Other days y'all want to micromanage.
Yeah.
I said, it's hard to work under those conditions.
Absolutely.
But believe me, I'm not going to be here much longer. I love y'all.
Yeah.
But my love for y'all does not pay my bills.
That's
So
very
just
true.
know, certain things had to take place and I was chalking up the deuces. So I'm glad you had that experience. Shamar, don't be looking at me like that. You better keep on sitting down over there. Listen, so for y'all that don't know and haven't realized it yet, about an episode or two, Shamar took over the podcast and he said, Tay want to be on camera so bad. So guess what, y'all? Shamar want to be on camera so bad.
Oh, y'all are a mess. I just don't know if y'all have seen. So they had this series going on. If y'all probably go down the podcast timeline just a little bit, just scroll up a couple months. But they had this podcast going where they would pretend to be each other, and being around these two, it was so spot on. I'd be like, oh my God, they are either around each other too much or know each other to a freaking T. But I love that series.
It's both.
I know it came to an end, but that was so funny.
I said, we getting to a point where I feel like we just picking at each other for the sake of other people. And I said,
I was enjoying it. Until then, God forbid if you have to pick a side, because then y'all both coming at whoever picked the side. But that was funny.
So what she's referring to is if you go to charlottepodcast.studio IG page, the series is called You Think You Know Somebody. Yeah. So you think you know somebody. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's called You Think You Know Somebody. So just scroll down to 6, maybe 7 on there. Yeah, just go find them.
So good. So funny. Y'all are hilarious.
Well, it's just natural. Just from the time I've been here dealing with him, saying him like I ain't got no name.
Not him. Him downstairs.
Him downstairs. But, since I've been here working with Shamar, things have really just a lot. Even my mom says y'all act like brothers, and I'm
Y'all
like,
do.
do we really? And she's like, yeah,
No,
y'all really
seriously.
do. And my mom says, I love that for you
Yeah.
because I'm the oldest. I'm the oldest grandchild. I'm the oldest child, and let Shamar tell it. I'm the family manager, and I am. Challenge me. I am the family manager. Challenge it. You
So
know.
do y'all see? Y'all see what I see what this is? Oh, okay.
So yeah, my experience wasn't like that. I'm glad that experience was there for you. And I'm assuming that's who I came and helped you with one day too at the conference room. That wasn't the same company.
Let me see. Yes, that was the
Oh,
same
because
company.
I'm not saying no names. They ain't
Yes,
giving us no check.
yes.
Well, they ain't giving me no check.
No, I had to think for a minute, but yes, it was. That was the same company. So yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
do a
that's
lot for them. Gosh, I had forgot about that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to
Yeah,
work
that
for
was
them
it.
too. So I'm glad your experience was a lot better. Now, granted, I know if I talk to certain people, it's just people, but
It is, yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
people make a very big difference in
do.
everything.
Mhm.
So with that, have you had to deal with any clients or situations or negativity in general from any space, anybody, anywhere? Because I mean, your support system sounds pretty thick.
Yeah, I mean, as with anything,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna win some, you lose some. So sometimes that's with clients too, right? But there's never no hard feelings. Like it's all in business. I've never experienced anything necessarily personally, even with the boother community. And if it's some boothers out there that don't like me, I do not know and I do not care. So it's just not something that I put my energy into. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that sounds like me.
It's just not something from a negative perspective, I'm sure I have maybe, but I mean, I don't know. It hasn't stopped
not
anything.
enough or thick enough to make you say mm-mm and say something or have any kind of feeling towards it.
No. Mm-mm. I
That's
mean,
good.
If there is any type of, when I get vibes off of people, whether it's influencers in the community, maybe that I've done things for, or, and it's not mutually, beneficial, or any type of relationship that isn't maybe mutually beneficial, I just remove myself.
Yeah, it makes sense. I do too, because I get a lot of people that ask. I've had people say, hey, it don't matter how much it costs, just let me know. Then when I give them my price, it's like, oh, because I'm not cheap. Okay, I'm not expensive, but I'm not cheap.
Yeah.
Oh, that was for you. Shamar's over here sending us notes, y'all. I love it. I just love the fact that we can sit here and break this fourth wall. Because a lot of people don't do this, and a lot of people can't do it the way that we do. Ain't that right, Shamar? Yeah. See what I'm talking about?
No,
there you
y'all
go.
have done amazing. The space is beautiful too.
Thank you.
I mean, y'all are doing great things. I'm so proud of y'all.
You're doing some dope stuff too.
Thanks.
And I love it.
Yeah.
You don't force it.
No, I try not to.
And every time that I've worked with you or we've worked together, you're just another light in the room. I don't know if anybody's ever told you that, but you're another light in the room.
Oh, thanks, Tay.
Even if you're not a part of the event,
yeah,
you always have a smile. You're always kind. You're always courteous. And even if you don't know the answer, you will help that person find the answer for somebody.
I love that. I love that.
And I love that. We work real well together.
We do. We are great. I love collaborating with y'all and partnering on experiences and your clients as well. So it's been like this whole partnership collaboration. Like when we get together, we have a time.
Oh yeah, we
it's
do.
Amazing.
Me and you, we really, really enjoy. But there's always somebody that one person that be like. There's always that one person.
Because you about to get us beat up.
No, he's not gonna fight you. He's just gonna fight me. We'll wait till you leave.
Don't worry, I'm muted his mic.
Look,
Oh.
ride nook if you buck, ride nook if you buck. But no, but see, and that's another thing that I love
Thank
about
you for that.
Shamar.
I
We can
appreciate
have a
that.
conversation about anything, no matter how serious it is.
Mhm.
Some people be like, man, like, are y'all serious when y'all talk? Like, no, we know each other's boundary line, right?
Absolutely. Mhm.
And it's the same thing with, you know, us and you. We know how far we can take it without entering that gray area before it's like, say it again. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think that's another reason why we get along so well and why we work well together.
I
Oh,
agree.
so I want you to talk about this thing because this is one thing that you do that I absolutely love and I want to be a part of the next one, right?
So we have a interactive experience called the Glamarazzi, and it is a photography. It's an interactive photography service,
Mm-hmm.
or experience rather. And it is a situation where we look like photographers, you know, from a camera perspective. And really, I like to say we're roaming photo booth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because unlike a traditional photography experience, what we are doing is we're actually interacting with the guests, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, usually when you see in any situation, and that's, you know, why I always tell people, like, I'm not a traditional photographer. So sometimes when they're asking me for, like, you know, to come into the studio for a branding shoot or something else, like, that's not my vibe. My vibe really is going to be a guest interactive experience. And so that's where we're at your event. We're able to take candid photos. We're able to walk the space. But the difference is that what you're getting is a branded experience, right? And your guests are able to get those photos right then and there. So usually you know, what a photographer is doing is those photos are going to the host, right? And
Yes.
you should not be tapping your photographer or photographer on the shoulder saying, hey, get this if you did not pay for them. Okay. So just words to the wise.
Well.
Now, for me, as a roaming photography experience with the Glamarazzi, that's exactly what I'm there for, right? So you can tap me on the shoulder all day and say, get me, get my friend. Can you come over here, take photos? You know what I mean? Because I am the roaming photo booth experience at that point. So, yeah.
Yeah, I like doing that. And I mean, I only did it. One picture was all I was allowed to take.
Well, come
But
along. We have, you know, a lot of experiences that we absolutely could do
yeah,
for sure.
because I like
Yeah.
talking to people, you
Yeah,
know?
you do. You do. And you should.
Yeah. Because I know we was at that event. I was like, Shamar, let me get the camera. He gave me a look because, you know, we don't shut cameras like that. And he handed me that camera and I was like, hey, ma'am, can you stand right there? Look at me.
Oh
Smile
my
for me.
God.
Click, click.
Oh my God.
And I went through the whole thing and I was like, this is nice. Shamar was like, give me my camera back. I think he just got tired of holding that video camera because that thing was heavy.
It was heavy.
It's heavy.
No, but that was another fun collaboration
Yes.
that we do. And I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love it too. So listen, you talked a lot about experiences, not just for you, but also for the client, right?
Mm-hmm.
So from that, I want you to drop some seeds for these people.
Mm-hmm.
What is something or things that you want to sow into other creatives?
Okay. Something I would sow into other creatives. I think that's a great question.
Thought provoking.
It is. You know, with creatives, I think in order to keep their juices flowing is they do have to have, you know, some type of freedom and flexibility.
Yes.
I think don't be a creative by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you're a sole owner, partnership, sometimes I think for me, and even here recently, like, we all have, you know, where we can hit walls in our creativity, right?
Yep.
And I think it really is just, find you a group of other creatives that are like-minded, that are not in competition, right? I think it's important to have discernment, right? Like,
Yeah.
know when somebody is just trying to steal your ideas or whatever the case may be. But so I can say, even for myself, here recently, just being kind of in a space of like, what's next, right? Because as creatives, we always want to elevate. And so
True.
sometimes it really is just talking to find your community of other people that you can talk to, that you can vibe with, to, kind of keep your creativity flowing, right? I think the other thing is to take breaks, because being a creative can be a burnout, and it can
Yep.
burn you out very quickly because people are leaning on you so heavily,
Mhm.
whether it's to hype them up, depending on what it is that you do, right? As much as I say, earlier in the interview that I like the creative freedom to
Mhm.
be able to do things, but that also can be draining, right?
True.
So I think that you do have to, in a lot of aspects, just, what I'm saying, take breaks,
Yep.
recharge your battery, even as hard as it is for entrepreneurs to just not pick up your phone. Not like, you have to recharge in order to, maintain and stay in that creative space. Or like I said, the burnout is, I think for a creative, is even sometimes more quicker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Than, maybe somebody else doing something else. So
And it's a little more detrimental,
yeah,
if that's the proper word we can use today,
I agree.
because our creativity comes straight from our mind first, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you think mental burnout, once that is dealt with, that trickles down to physically and emotionally, depending on how deep you go into it.
Yes,
You know.
absolutely.
So yes, take that break. I think you're the second person that said that.
Yeah, you got to take a break, man. I
Hey.
know, coming off of last year after the holiday, I mean, we had like a record month of events. And when I tell you, going into January, I was just like slumped over. Like super, super crazy. I was just like, what in the world just happened? Right. And so for a creative slash times entrepreneur, that can even be even more detrimental, because to your point, I couldn't, in January came and I was still looking for the next thing, because I was like, I gotta eat. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
Yep.
so, as an entrepreneur, you're in that space of, when is the next event coming? When is the next payment coming? You know what I mean? And you're like, you're not stopping. Your brain isn't stopping. You're still doing things within your business, and you're still just trying to keep it going and churning and churning and churning, not even understanding that your mental health is suffering, your physical is
Yes.
suffering, emotionally you're suffering, and you're not able to turn it off. But you do have to like turn it off and be okay in the space of it being quiet, because that's where you're recharged, right?
Yeah.
That's where, like, when it is quiet, you're recharged, you're able to think about some things, you're able to recalibrate, and then you can be better for your business and whatever it is that you do,
And for your client.
and for your client.
Yourself, the business, and your client.
Absolutely.
Because depending on who it is, that mental breakdown
Yeah.
hits you emotionally and you don't realize, but you've got attitude.
You got
And
attitude.
you're a little snappy. You and yeah. Then I was about to say, and I'm saying that because I've dealt with that.
Yeah.
And Shamar's like, Tay, you okay? And I'm like, I'm fine. Not realizing how I sound.
Yeah.
And he's like, Tay,
Take a moment.
take a
break.
moment.
Go outside.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I don't even smoke. Go get a cigarette. Go get a cigarette. Go stand outside. You need a cigarette or something. And I'm like, no, I'm fine. He's like, no.
You're not fine. Yeah.
And like Big Brother, he's like, no, Tay, listen. This is how you've been sounding. This is how you've been looking. And I'm like, for real?
hmm And having someone that can bring you self-aware of that, right, is also
Yes.
important. And that's why I say you really do need to surround yourself with the right people.
Yeah.
And then, you know, in other creatives, and it's important for creatives because we kind of go through the same thing,
Hmm.
right? So getting certain things off your chest. Sometimes if your spouse is in the corporate world, you know what I'm saying? They don't understand what it is in the creative. They be looking at you like, well, I had to look at 100 emails today. Did you have to look at 100 emails? All you was doing was making a little overlay. And it's like, all you was doing is out there planning somebody wedding. You know what I'm saying?
You out
So
here having fun. I'm
out
the
there
one doing the
having
real
fun,
work.
right? So it's different for everybody. The burnout in
Yes.
corporate America absolutely happens. It just happens in a different way, right?
Right.
And we all have it, but you got to be able to surround yourself with people that can resonate with what you're going through, so that you can appropriately get it off your chest, but not just get it off your chest, also get a solve for it. Get the
Yeah.
resources to deal with it. How do you deal with that within your business? You know what I mean? And how can we do better in our
Yeah.
creative spaces with our clients and within our business? So that's important.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
It is. You got to breathe.
Yep.
Because when we're done, bye, Shamar. I got to go breathe. Okay, I'm not leaving just yet. So, something that we've been doing lately, we
Mhm.
open the floor for you to ask a question. And I'm always a little timid about these because, yeah. So, do you have any questions for me? Or Shamar? He said, mm-mm.
Any questions?
Yeah.
Now this was not on my paper that you gave me on my index card. This was not on the index card. I'm gonna tell you right now. So I'm over here bum fumbling because you're supposed to always be able to ask the interviewer a question. Okay, that's
This was
my
not on
HR
the
speaking.
agenda. This was not on the agenda.
Gosh, a question.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Tay, while we're just on the topic, I mean, what do you do?
Nothing.
What?
Absolutely nothing.
That is not where I was going with that question. Shamar, please. Shamar, please. Oh my God. I can't even deal with this. What do you do as a creative to refuel your creativity? What is it that you do? What lights the fire in you when you feel like you are drained, or you're emotionally kind of like in a space where you're like, I don't want to deal with people, or my creative juices aren't really flowing right now? What does that look like for you?
Everything shuts off.
Yeah.
Everything shuts down.
Mm-hmm.
There are no phone calls. There are no emails. There's no checking social media. If you haven't heard from me, if we talk every day, every other day, and then it gets to the point where you haven't heard from me in 3 or 4 days, just know, if I haven't even said, hey, you ugly, if I haven't even said anything, if I'm not cracking any jokes, check on me.
Okay.
I shut down.
Okay.
I tell my wife, listen, I got to clear this.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
already don't watch TV like that. So there's no TV. There's no social media.
Yeah.
There's nothing. And I'm just there assuming that I'm just sitting in the presence of God. I just read the Bible. I
Okay.
might, listen to or read a plan. But for the most part, I'm just there.
Okay. Okay.
So I just step back. Because I already don't like social media, even though we have to be on it as creatives.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I will schedule things out. I'm not touching anything. When it comes to family, I get a little quiet.
Okay.
And it's like my voice might not go any higher than this, because I've already reached that moment of I'm done. And it gets noticeable to some people. But to clear my mind, I have to get rid of the things that are filling it up, that are filling up in there.
Mm-hmm.
Emotionally, I just tell my kids and my wife, I love you. You know what I'm saying? And my wife, she'll tell you that there are moments I just say, I just need a hug. That's all I need.
Mm-hmm.
I'll walk off and I'll go sit down.
Okay.
And then another thing that I do that I don't think a lot of people do, I do what's called mind dumping.
Mm-hmm.
So everything that's going through my mind, okay, I need to do this. I need to do this. I need to do that. I'm going to have to take care of this. And I just get it all out.
Okay.
Even if it's
I love
just,
that.
yes, even if it's just something as simple as call Shamar to let him know you're okay.
Mm-hmm.
Text so-and-so just to say I love you. Call Kenitra and set up the episode.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget to do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
I just write that stuff down because now I don't have to go through an anxiety attack of all these things in this ball of mental, physical, emotional attachments,
Mm-hmm.
and they're just fumbling through my head to where I have a panic attack. I'm
Yeah.
done. So
No, I
just
think that's good because, as a creative
Mhm.
and like your brain is going 24/7,
all the time.
just all the time of just stuff. Like stuff you need
Yeah.
to do, people you need to call, people you need to follow up with,
Mm-hmm.
emails you need to send.
Mhm.
And as an entrepreneur, like there's also a personal life that you have to still be able to manage, right?
Yep.
And that has a to-do list. So everything has a to-do list, but it's all usually in your mind. So I love the aspect of data dumping that on paper to get it off your mind, clearing it so that you can move on to the next thing.
Right. Because if I do it on my phone, next thing I know, I'm stuck back into the social media, or responding to messages. And, something else that I've been telling Shamar is like, when it comes to Sundays, I want that day for me and my family, and just, I don't want to touch anything creative. And some days I have to fight myself because listen, put that down. You can respond to that email on Monday.
Yeah.
You can call that person on Monday. Like, it's a Sunday. Make it your day. Go to church, go home, and do just that.
Yeah, you got to have boundaries in everything that you do. So boundaries are important. Absolutely.
Yeah. See, I'm usually not ready for questions like that, but I was ready for that one.
Hey.
I was ready for that one.
Love it.
So we pretty much reached the end of the episode.
Okay.
The only thing left is let these people know where they can find you.
Yes, y'all can find me on all social media at Pose It Up CLT. So that's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and then www.poseitupclt.com is where you can book us. 980-422-1117. Pose It Up Charlotte, y'all. Peace.
Your dope memory creator.
Your dope memory creators.
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So neat. I appreciate you being here.
Thanks for having me.
Like I said, I'm in a comfortable space because, crisscross applesauce, my knee started bothering me a little bit, but this is for you.
Thanks.
And I appreciate
that. That was good. Good stuff. Loved it. Y'all got to come and visit the space. It is amazing. Amazing. So comfortable. Like I could do this all day. I love it.
Because we can talk.
All day.
We're not even.
Y'all. Cut. Shamar just gonna be a hater. I love it.
So listen, thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Creative Roots Podcast, where seeds sown become visions grown. Go check her out. Pose It Up Charlotte. We out of this episode. Peace.